which is a Korean name because my husband is Korean. I'm from a small town in South Carolina. Better let people know I'm from the States originally. I've now lived in Korea longer than the States. And although I never did study abroad, I came to Korea as a Peace Corps volunteer, which in many ways is very similar to study abroad. During our training, we did lots of the same kinds of things that you'll be doing on your programs here. So I can relate. I understand your excitement and your anxiety. And I know you have lots of expectations, and I can relate with all of that. And I'm just looking forward to meeting you in the future in person and getting to know you and helping you to learn about Korea. And for many people, it's a life-changing experience. I know it was for me, and maybe it will be for you too. So hopefully we'll see you soon. Tina, you want to go next?
Okay. Hi, everyone. 안녕하세요. I'm super excited to meet you all virtually. My name is Tina Lee, and my mom named me after her favorite singer, Tina Turner. And as you can see my background, I'm a huge fan of K-pop. I love J-Park. I love all AOMG artists, and I love BTS, of course, especially RM. And I just love music and going to concerts. And I went to college in New Zealand, and I studied in Hawaii for a semester as an exchange student. And I love to travel and learn about different cultures. And I love to help you learn more about Korean culture, and I love to see you all in person next summer.
Great. Joe, could you introduce yourself too?
Sure. Hey guys, my name is Joe. I'm the Executive Director of Education Initiatives at Genji Esports. I actually never studied abroad, but my first trip to Korea was in high school. And I feel like it was the first time I really got to experience a culture very different from what I grew up with. And I feel like I grew up a lot from that trip. About a year and a half ago, Genji actually sent me to Korea. So I'm here now. I've been living here now. And I can tell you that, especially if it's with K-pop or esports, there's just no other place where you guys can really dive deep into the culture. So I'm really excited for all of you guys here, and I can't wait.
Great.
So shall we jump into the presentation?
Let's do it. So the way we're going to do this is we have a few slides to just walk you through, to just remind you of the core components of the programs, see what's exciting about Seoul, and then we'll have a Q&A, and then we'll break out into small groups.
Should I upload the presentation?
There you go. Yeah, you should be able to share your screen now.
Okay. I'm not seeing the share button.
If you hover over the bottom, do you see the green share screen?
It's not popping up.
Hold on, Laura. Could you run the slides if I send you the link?
Yeah.
Just bear with me for a second.
Do you have it in gallery view, Suzanne? Like, can you see all of us? All of our
I can see all of you, but I cannot, I don't have the share button any longer.
Okay.
That is strange.
Yes. Hold on 1 second. Let me try. Okay, I've got it. I had to enlarge the screen, so.
Take it away, Suzanne.
Okay, you should be able to see everything now, right?
Good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
We can jump right to slide 3, actually, because we already covered slide 2.
All right. Okay, to get started, I want to first briefly orient you to where we are in the world, where Korea is in the world. As you can see from this map, we are located between China to the north and west and Japan to the south. And as you can see on the map, Seoul is circled, that's where we are. We're located just below the border that divides the Korean Peninsula into North and South Korea. As you can see in the picture, Korea is surrounded by water on 3 sides, 3 oceans. And so the diet consists of lots of seafood and other things that come from the sea. The country is 78% mountains. That is, 78% of the country is covered in mountains, which makes for very picturesque scenery and also makes things very hilly. Our study center, the CIEE Study Center, is located on Yonsei University campus, which is in the heart of Seoul. And it's a very beautiful campus. It's located at the foot of a mountain. So the campus is very, very hilly. So you'll have to be ready to do lots of walking and walking uphill. And our campus is just a very short distance from Shincheon, which is a magnet for young people. Young people from all over the city of Seoul come to Shincheon because it's filled with entertainment facilities, restaurants, cafes, all kinds of fun things that attract young people to the Shincheon area. So that's just to give you a little more background about Korea. And now I'll let Tina add a little more and then we'll move on. Tina? Tina?
Do you want to talk about like Seoul highlights? Can you?
Not yet.
Okay.
All right, then we'll just move on.
Okay.
Let's do that, yep.
Okay. The top reasons to come to Korea. There's so many of them, it's hard to name just a few. Of course, it's the home of K-pop. And do I need to say more? BTS, Blackpink, EXO, Psy, all of these, you know, you'll get to visit many of the places that appear in their music videos. You'll get to experience the culture that is depicted in their videos. So it's all very exciting. And you'll learn how K-pop evolved and why it's loved by people all around the world. And you'll also learn about the other Korean music and dance genres that influenced music and evolved into what we know as K-pop now. So that's all very exciting. Also, it's the best country for esports. Korea has the world's fastest internet. It's got almost 100% penetration rate throughout the country. Almost everywhere you go, you'll see a PC bang, that's a gaming room. I think everybody probably knows that Korean word, PC bang. And the PC bang are very cheap. They're super cheap. They have super fast computers and very large monitors. And some of them even have food service in them. So that's all, you know, great. People just love them. And of course, there's never a dull moment in Korea. It's a country that never sleeps, which makes it difficult for some of us. But anyway, it makes the place fun. There are so many places to go and things to do. There's large amusement parks. There's noraebang. Those are singing rooms. In the West, people know these by their Japanese name, which is karaoke. but we prefer to say noraebang here in Korea. And those are everywhere. There's lots of what we call themed cafes, where you might do something like take a selfie with a meerkat or a sheep or a raccoon, or you can dress in costumes, many of which come from some of the Korean dramas. You can play board games. There's all kinds of things you can do. There's also, what do they call them? Escape rooms, which are a lot of fun. And there's lots of music everywhere. Many of the different districts in the city, if you go in the late afternoon, in the evening, you'll see buskers, you'll see other types of street performers. It's just lots and lots of fun. And of course, food. Korea is a food lover's paradise. Korean food is awesome. I just don't know how to explain it. It's so good, from spicy to savory and sweet, crunchy, and even squiggly. Korean food runs the gamut, and I'm sure there's something to suit every palate. And of course, I'm sure everybody's familiar with kimchi. Kimchi is awesome. It's very healthy. There's many different kinds of it. And of course, Korean food has a large variety of meat, vegetables, desserts. Shaved ice is a favorite. Of course, Korean barbecue, you can't beat that. There's stews, there's noodles, and of course, Korean fried chicken. Once you have that, you're going to forget about Uncle Sanders and all those others. You just can't beat Korean fried chicken. And everything is very reasonably priced. Street food is super inexpensive and very delicious and healthy. So you do have a lot of food choices. Even in convenience stores, there's delicious food. You won't have problems finding something to eat. Another thing is Korea is a trendsetter. Korea is very inventive. It's quirky and very exciting. Koreans are early adapters and adopters in everything from electronics to fashion to cosmetics, everything. Korea is also a fashion center now. It's a fashion capital. And everywhere you go, you can find interesting clothing items, from inexpensive to some of the most expensive in the world. And of course, cosmetics. Probably most of you have heard of the Korean cosmetics market and how vibrant it is. And Koreans have made cosmetics fashionable, not just for women, but also for men now. So they are very trendy and trendsetters. Korea is fun, it's safe, and Koreans are very friendly and caring. And I'm sure you'll have a great experience here. And it might be life-changing. There's so much to see and do and to learn about and to get to know. So, and Tina will now talk about Seoul highlights.
Okay, so what's so special about Seoul? What are Seoul's best highlights? There are 6 that are going to be the most relevant for you all. So first, Seoul has an awesome mixture of traditional Korean culture and modern pop culture. So for you K-pop and esports fans, Seoul is the place to be. Second, Seoul has the best public transportation in the world. It's efficient, clean, safe, and fast. And it's very easy to get anywhere you want to go in the city using public transportation. Third, Seoul is a food delivery paradise. Whether you're craving fried chicken in the middle of the night or pizza while you are relaxing in the Han River Park with friends. Just press a few buttons and the food will be delivered right to you within an hour. And you can get pretty much anything here, like coffee, donuts, or ice cream, or tteokbokki, soup, or you just name it. Whatever you're craving, you can order pretty much anything, anytime. Seoul is notorious for its convenience. Fourth, Seoul is a great city to just stroll around in. Many people in Seoul do a lot of walking every day because so many people use public transportation and it's so safe. And plus, there's so many nooks and crannies to explore that you'll be missing out if you just take taxis everywhere. Fifth, people in Seoul are generally pretty friendly. So if you get lost, don't be shy about asking for help. Even if they don't speak English, they'll try to find someone who does to get you where you need to go. Lastly, there are countless beautiful and interesting places to visit in Seoul. Like I said before, Seoul is a mix of historical and contemporary. So there are beautiful palaces in the center of the city and mountains for hiking and relaxing and interesting museums. Then on the more exciting contemporary side of things, there are arcades, like Susan mentioned, PC bangs, norebangs, and everywhere, and animal cafes where you can play with dogs and cats. So like I said, these are just the highlights. But if you keep an open mind and are ready for adventure, I know you'll fall in love with Seoul.
Thanks, Tina. So now let's look at what a summer abroad program is like. You'll have your contents class, that's K-pop or Esports, for 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday. That usually takes place in the mornings. Sometimes we do switch it around to the afternoon, but usually it's in the morning. And then in the afternoon, we usually have various activities such as guest lectures, which would be related to your field of study, something related to K-pop or related to esports, or it might be something about Korean culture. You might have a cultural activity with some local students. This could be like going to a museum and doing crafts, ceramics, all kinds of things. It might be a cooking class. It might be a community service activity. Or you might have a functional Korean class, which I call Hangul Haja. That means let's do Korean. And in these classes, you'll learn phrases and vocabulary that you can use when you're out with the local students. For example, if you're going for, say, a painting class, you might learn the colors and the terms to use for painting, that type of thing. So that the functional Korean class is lots of fun and will give you some tools to use when you're out and about. You'll also have free time to explore. Sometimes we give free time in the early afternoon, sometimes in the late afternoon, and this will be time to use to explore different parts of the city with your program leaders in smaller groups, doing things that you guys have an interest in. It's also time to just rest if you need to, or to do homework, or to work on your special projects, or even do laundry. Those things do have to be done. So you'll have free time to do all those types of things. Now, the activities are always fun, active, and they help you learn more about Korean culture. Now, I want to say something about the housing. For students coming during the first session, you will be housed in a hotel. We have to do this because Korean universities are still going on when our first session takes place, so we can't house students on campus. So you'll be in a hotel, and that's where we will also have our classroom in the hotel, and your meals, breakfast and lunch will be in a cafeteria in the hotel. And in the evening, you'll be given a meal stipend to go out with your program leaders in small groups of students and enjoy whatever kind of food that you are interested in. For the students coming on the second sessions of both programs, you will be housed in a dormitory right on the campus of Yonsei University. And your classes will be also in a classroom on the university's campus. And breakfast and lunch will be in cafeterias on campus. And then just like for the first session students, your evening meal will be up to you, but you will have a meal stipend to cover the cost of it, and you will go out with your program leaders in small groups to get your dinner. So that's what the program looks like. So moving on, Tina.
In addition to morning classes, we'll offer a variety of daily activities and excursions to help you learn more about Korean culture. So we're going to learn about Korean food through street food tours and cooking classes. And you are also going to have lots of chances to enjoy Korean chimek culture. So chimek is a combination of fried chicken and mekju, which means beer. But for you all, it's gonna have to be Coke or Sprite instead of beer. And when I said culture, I meant it. Chimek is a big part of casual Korean dining and socializing. So we're gonna take you to the perfect chimek spot with a view of the Han River at sunset. And we are also going to take you on a moonlight tour of a palace where everyone's going to get to wear traditional Korean clothes, which is called hanbok. And finally, your soulmates will be your local friends while you're here, and they will show you other hidden gems around the city. And these are just some examples of things that you'll be doing while you're here. But I promise that there are lots more fun activities and surprises waiting for you.
Thank you. Now, as all of you know, we do have two programs, Kpop Immersion and Gaming and Esports Culture. And Tina is going to talk a little more in depth about Kpop Immersion, and Joe Beck will be talking about Gaming and Esports Culture. So Tina, take it away.
So during the Kpop Immersion program, we will be hosting a CIE concert. So we invite various musicians to perform, and you will have a wonderful chance to learn more about various types of Korean music. And you'll also have a chance to talk with musicians. For example, last program, we invited Tiger JK, and then he gave a talk, and then he also performed in class. So and also we invite indie bands, so you'll have a chance to talk with them. And then also we invite the Billboard editor-in-chief, and also we invite K-pop producers who makes K-pop music like EXO, Shiny, or Red Velvet, NCT. So it will be a wonderful chance to learn more about the K-pop music scene. And then also during the program, you'll have a chance to learn about Korean traditional music, like how to play traditional Korean musical instruments. And also we will visit music video film locations such as BTS or EXO, other K-pop artists. And also we invite K-pop choreographer who works directly with K-pop stars, and you will learn about some K-pop dance moves, and also learn about their working experience with the K-pop, your favorite K-pop artist. And lastly, you'll have a chance to make your own K-pop music video. It's gonna be our final project, and it's gonna be fun. And so it can be also, souvenir at the end of the program. You can show your project to your family and friends.
I wish I could be a student and come on this program.
The same.
Me
I
too.
always feel the same way.
It is one of our most popular, I will say that.
Yeah, most popular program.
So you guys are the lucky ones who got
Mhm.
in.
Oh, so next
Okay.
summer, you'll be surprised. So we don't know who's going to. Oh, we will invite some, your favorite K-pop musicians or artists. So, a lot of surprises are waiting for you.
Okay, now Joseph Beck will talk about gaming and esports culture.
Sorry, I was like signing up for the Kpop Immersion right now. So, guys, yeah, the gaming and esports culture also is going to be very exciting. I thought I'd give you guys a bit of context before I go into what you actually be able to engage in. So first of all, Korea is the best place to go to really experience what esports is like. So there's a very big difference between gaming and esports. So, oh, hello?
Yep.
Oh, can you guys hear me? Oh, sorry about that. Looks like I lost you guys there for a second. Yeah, so then in Korea, the gaming and esports, the biggest difference is gaming is just, playing games maybe with friends or by yourself, whereas esports is an active competition, right? So it's a lot more akin to what you would see like in big arenas where, two big teams face off and a lot of people cheer them on. So in Korea, for the past 2 decades, esports has been a thing. It's the craziest thing because if you came to Korea, even like, let's say 10 years ago, and you turn on TV, multiple channels are actually showing esports games, right? So this has been around in Korea for so long. So you could say that, pretty much the mecca of esports, the birthplace of esports is Korea. Now, going on to Gen G. So Gen G will be the one that's pouring resources into this. Gen G, it was formed in 2017, so not that long ago, but we topped the Forbes most valuable esports companies in the world for 3 years straight. We have HQs in the biggest esports markets, just Korea, the US, and China. And we have 7 different pro teams. So in Korea, another esports fans here might already know, but we have Overwatch Contenders team. We have Seoul Dynasty. We have a PUBG team, which is still known as the top PUBG team in the world. And then we also have a League of Legends team, which just went to Worlds and finished in the quarterfinals. So for this program, when you come, you'll be able to check out HQ, see how an esports company runs. Everything from managing teams to doing marketing and, sales and even education. And then also you guys will also get a chance to meet a few pro players and a few pro coaches as well too. And then we'll also get to visit the top spots in esports. So I really hope you guys have a lot of fun with this. It seems like I was cutting out a little bit, so I apologize for that. But again, we just have a lot of exciting things in store for you guys.
Right.
Great. Pierre, do you want to go to the breakout rooms before the last slide, or?
No, let's just have a quick overview on COVID, then Q&A session, and then we'll do breakout rooms.
Okay. I'll just tell you a little bit about the current COVID-19 situation in Korea. We do have students on campus right now. We've had students all fall, even though classes have been online. Students have been enjoying their classes. They've been enjoying their activities here. And we even had one student to extend to next semester. In Korea right now, everybody must wear a mask. People can be fined if they do not wear a mask. People are encouraged to practice social distancing and to practice good hygiene. And of course, to wash their hands frequently. Now, when people arrive at the airport in Korea, doesn't matter the nationality, even if it's a Korean person coming into the country, everyone must download a health app to their cell phone. This must be done at the airport. There are people there to help people do it. And everybody arriving in country has to get a COVID test within 3 days of arrival. And they have to do a 14-day quarantine on arrival. Now, as I said, this is the current situation. So we're just talking about right now.
So I would love to open it up to questions. We'll have next opportunities to